It is the most traditionally American of all of the famous restaurants here in New York, the 21 Club. So how did it wind up with an executive chef from France? Chef Sylvain Delpique was raised in Albertville near the French border with Switzerland. There he learned and developed his imaginative cooking style.
His job at the 21 Club was to introduce innovative new dishes to the menu while improving and enhancing the staple items that remain. He's gotten off to a great start. Chef Sylvain Delpique, welcome to The Dish.
Good morning.
This is quite a spread you've got for us here. What have you brought?
Yes, we have quite some interesting spring dishes here. So let's start with the drink.
Yeah, let's.
As early as
when
it
they
is.
say that.
So this is one of our signature drink, very famous at the 21, the South Side, made with gin, mint, a little bit of sparkling water, club
Very
soda.
refreshing.
The gin is not overpowering at all.
This is the perfect season for such a drink. Then I say we'll go with the side dish, very colorful. This is our spring vegetable side, so a lot of small heirloom tomatoes, very pretty to look at, very colorful. Pencil asparagus, spring peas, some spring onions and patty pans. You know, all goes. We usually dress it with a lemon vinaigrette and finish with some fresh herbs. Very light, you know. And then for main course, we have a duck. So this duck comes from the Four-Story Hills. This French lady opened this farm in Pennsylvania back in 2000 and started working with the greatest chefs in New York in 2007. Now she has her own slaughterhouse. You know, she does beautiful things. She started with ducks, now she does pigs.
Delicious. The flavoring is great.
Yes, thank you.
I think of duck, and I do think it's a traditional French dish. Now you're one of the executive chefs at an American restaurant. Was it hard to breathe new life, taking what you know into these traditional American dishes?
It was a good transition for me since I came to the city in 2000. That was 15 years ago now, so I get a little bit of taste of how things are running here. And I work for very strong American mentality chefs such as David Burke, Terrence Brennan.
Right.
That kind of guide me into the transition to end up at 21, 15 years later, and
Growing up in France, your father was a mechanic?
My father and my grandfather was a mechanic.
Both
yes.
of them?
Both of them.
But they both came home and cooked, too?
They did. My grandfather he did a lot of cooking, and then my father used to go to work very early in the morning, never went to school. My grandpa opened the garage. So my father took over the garage, and then, used to cook dinner every day,
So that's where your love of cooking came from?
Yes. My mom used to grow vegetables in the backyard. We were raised in, we didn't have a lot of money, so meat was only on Saturdays. And I'm talking like horse liver. This is what my dad used to cook on Saturdays. It was very difficult growing up as a kid to eat that type of food, but good for education. It's good to be raised in a family that teaches you those values. Your
path seems different because I think of chefs, and I feel like so many of them that we speak to here on The Dish say, I was in America and I went to France to learn how to cook. And you kind of went the other way. Why did you want to come to the U.S.?
Well, I came to New York. New York is a part of the U.S. that's very, I think, unique. There's a lot of diversity in the cooking here. A lot of people come from overseas and do like great, exciting things. I came for the excitement of the cooking. I was French raised and trained. I went to school there, great cooking school for 4 years. But the things that you find in New York, the young chefs, that came for the same reasons, and they all like kind of blends here, and we all meet up and do exciting things.
I want to hand you this dish, and as we get your signature on it, we want to ask you if you could have this meal with any person, past or present, who would that person be?
You know what? I was very close to my two grandfathers, and I think they're not longer around for a long amount of time, and they haven't seen what I became and what my food became, so I would definitely have a meal with them, yes.
They'd be proud that you're cooking too.
Yes.
Chef, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for more on Chef Sylvain and The Dish, please head to our website at CBS This Morning. And Chef Sylvain will also be answering your questions on our CBS This Morning Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/CBS This Morning to join.